Welcome to Botches Off-Road. Join us as we talk about everything from gear reviews to trail stories, tent camping to rock landing, and all things to do with the outdoors. Today, we've got Jacob Biddle. Jacob, what's your YouTube channel name?
YouTube channel is Eagles Pursuit, along with everything else.
What it is? Yeah, Eagles Pursuit. So Jacob Biddle from Eagles Pursuit. He's going to be talking to us about his Tundra that I always want to call a Tacoma, even though it's not. And all the goodies he's got on there. He's got that thing pretty well decked out, so should be a pretty fun episode. And I am sorry for everyone because I am very sick and I sound absolutely terrible. So,
absolutely.
All right, Jacob, do you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
So, my name's Jacob. I'm with Eagles Pursuit. And I've probably been on social media for about, I don't know, I think I'm going on 3 years now in this space, whatever you want to call it, overland, camping, whatever you want to call it. And I'm 22, 23 next month. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize you were so young.
I am young. I live a pretty boring life.
Yeah. I watch your YouTube videos, so I know that's not quite true.
Behind the scenes, I work, sleep, and eat. Or eat, sleep, work. One of those.
Yeah, somewhere in there you got to poop.
Yeah.
Kind of the same.
Yeah, dude, I really think I'm going to have to get with you on making something for a chainsaw holder. Because that's pretty slick.
Yeah, I got Benji up me on that.
Yeah, I just watched that. That's where I saw your vehicle at. Was it that the Colorado? Was it the Colorado trip?
Well, my truck wasn't in that trip, but I was.
Oh, okay.
I was with them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought I saw you on here, but I realized that I was scrolling through my Insta feed and saw your videos because I follow you. So that's how I saw it. Oh man. Okay, yeah, I'm starting to see things now.
I haven't watched your newest video. What'd you break?
Oh gosh. So I didn't film it, but last weekend my pinion bearing in the front diff seized. So I was in 4 high, probably going about 10 miles an hour on a Forest Service road, and the truck just came to a complete stop on its own, and couldn't go anywhere in 4-wheel drive, but I was still able to disengage the transfer case and the front diff and be able to drive. So as of yesterday, my truck is on jack stands.
Ooh. Man.
Alex been there all year.
Hey, I only had 8 breaks this year.
You're doing better than me.
I've had, knock on wood, 0, but I haven't been really trying to kill it either. We were going out every weekend doing trails and doing, whatever we could find. Honestly, we didn't really back out of any trails. We just didn't hit the mud ruts, and my FJ's done pretty good so far. I haven't had many issues with it yet, except for shit that I caused myself. But,
yeah. A lot of my issues is just front end crap. It's either that lower ball joint, and it's not the ball joint that breaks; it's the nut falling off.
Oh,
is this sound familiar, Mark?
Yeah. So for yours are bolts that kept your ball joint from falling out.
Yeah, and then I've had bolts stripping out on the spindle. Mm-hmm. I've had spindles break. I've had tie rods bend.
I say we've got the same front end, so I feel your struggles there, dude.
So I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
I actually just did wheel bearings on my front end like 2 months ago, and my driver's side already went out.
Oh, yeah. Well, I had mine re-geared about the same amount of time, and pinion bearings just not going out. But the mechanic I call him a mechanic. The guy that did it said he would fix it for me for if I just brought him the diffs. So that's what's going on.
That's good.
Sweet. So
I think it's more of a he can get to it quicker if I just bring him the diff instead of the truck.
Yeah.
Right.
So I've been I haven't seen a lot about how you kind of camp and what the setup is like. Can you explain a little bit about how you kind of camp and how you do the overlanding scene, what your setup kind of looks like?
So I'm more of a weekender. I try to get out every weekend. And let's see, I almost have to look at a picture of my truck just because there's so much on it.
Yeah, I get it.
Camping wise, I try to keep a lot of it simple.
Yeah.
And quick and easy to set up. So I've got the rooftop tent, the wedge style. I've got a freestanding awning on it.
What brand tent do you have?
So I've got the CVT Mount Hood, and I've got the largest one in that model.
Oh yeah, yep.
It's the big boy, and I've
How you
had
like
it
that?
for it'll be 3 years in January. I like it.
Yeah.
I've threatened to sell it just to change things up, but I can't get rid of it. Like no other tent has stood out to me. So
Yeah.
Your dog sleeps up there with you guys too, right? Or do you make her sleep in the truck?
So she used to.
Okay.
And now that I've got an air mattress up there, I don't really like for her to be up there. It's also a pain to get a 95-pound dog up there.
Yeah, right. I would imagine.
So she sleeps in the truck, or if I'm comfortable with the area I'm in, she'll stay leashed up outside the truck.
Yeah.
That's always good.
So how is that tent with you, your wife, and the dog in there?
Oh, it's plenty of room.
Yeah.
I typically tell people it can sleep 3 comfortably. Like 3 average sized people comfortably. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just laughing. So that's a 2-person for me, that's for sure.
So
a 1.5-er. 1.5-er apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking at the Alto Elite by 4x4 Colorado.
Okay.
Just been really, really digging what they got out, and from what I've seen about it, just as large as it is. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna do crazy amounts of off-camera stuff to where that 270 pounds is gonna be the make it or break it. I mean, it might be someday, but for now, for the next few years, I think. You know what?
We don't got to worry about you.
I've hit just about everything you hit, except the ones that I know will just do damage for no reason, you know. And then you hit them, and they do damage for no reason, and then I go, yeah, good decision.
Name one.
Skidder Hill.
Skidder.
Okay.
2 weeks ago.
You
lost Benji's mirror.
Already?
Yeah.
What?
Same one last time he hit it with.
At the same spot.
Going faster than you should on washboards. Rip. Upper control arm bushings.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I got you.
Don't tell Benji that.
He did. Benji was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
I told him. I said, "I don't know why you didn't have that thing signed, man."
I even took the time to fold it in this time, hoping it wouldn't break off.
No, dude. When you're damn near sideways going up the hill, it don't really matter.
Well, the area where it was just a jut out, so it was the most unusual jut out, and he just can't avoid it because of how the roots were.
Yeah.
So another 6 months with no mirror now.
It's just at this point. It'd almost be better just throwing like a rear-facing camera or something, like a little button camera over there, having it play on his wolf box.
Huh.
All right.
It's a really good idea.
That's an interesting idea, he says.
Maybe I need to get a new wolf box that allows that, because that's a good idea.
Yeah. No, I'm getting a wolf box here soon. It's added to my list of things I don't really need but would be really nice now that I have so much stuff in the rear of the FJ. I can't really see out of the back anyway. I just kind of guess.
See, that's one of my biggest pet peeves is if I can't see out the rear
Yeah.
of the truck or the side windows. I don't like it.
Yeah, when we're fully packed up, I can't see out the rear window. But I say when I'm empty, the rear window's not big on the FJ anyway. So I could see a little bit out of it, but if I'm backing up, I'm like, well, I'm either going to hit the tree or my tire's going to hit it. My bumper's going to hit it. So either way, I'll be all right.
Yeah.
So I don't really stress too much about it, but I'm trying to get like Tyler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to him a little bit about that, and he's got the setup on that FJ. I guess I'm going to have to make mine a little different because I have a kid with me, so it's going to have to be adjusted a little bit, but that's it, man.
You built pretty much everything on there because you're a metal fab. Did you build your swing out too?
I built part of it.
Part of it.
So the kit, it was a kit from Coastal Off Road, the main body of it, and then that was probably like my first solo welding project I did. And then this past year, I decided I want the jerry can holder portion, so I fabbed that up.
Yeah. Man, you got some real good pictures on your Instagram. If anybody's listening, go look at the Instagram at the same time. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm looking right now. He's got the ribs on the with the manifold up here under the hood.
Oh yeah, Benji.
It looks like ribs. Oh, is it? Yeah. I thought, man, that's something. Did you ever try that, or was?
I did. They were good.
Really?
They were they got warm, but they never got like hot.
Yeah.
So we tasted a bite and then we put them in the oven and finished them off.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank God, actually, because when I saw them, because I think I've seen the video of that. They were like lighter. I was like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know about those. No, that's cool, dude. How's your how's your cooking setup look like? Is it you just kind of run the Coleman stove deal, or you Blackstone it?
He straps it to the manifold. We just talked about that.
I know. The exhaust, actually,
I don't know if I've posted any pictures of it, of a recent cooking setup, but I've got, I don't know if you've heard of Mountain House, or I think it's Mountain Hatch.
The dehydrated meals?
No. One of the tailgate cover deals.
Oh, yeah, okay. I know what you're talking about.
So instead of that, I've got a piece of stainless that I cook off of on my tailgate. And then I use a GSI stove now.
Okay, you keep it pretty small then.
Yeah, I don't do anything extreme. Anything I can cook in a skillet pretty much on that stove.
So you do that little GSI and then like the little butane canisters, right?
Yeah, I've got a 5-pound propane tank
on
the side of the truck that I'll run it to.
I'm thinking you're talking about like the hiking GSI, the little GSI.
No. It's the Pinnacle 2 or something like that. Pinnacle Pro. I don't remember what it is. It looks like a laptop when it's folded up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I came from the Coleman stove. But I got this one for a good deal, so I just went ahead and got it. It's quieter, especially for filming.
Right. Mm-hmm. Do you, what's pros and cons for you other than that? I mean, does it cook better? A little bit more even?
Or? If it's windy, it's a pain. Okay. Like this last trip I went on, it took forever to cook bacon.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Just because we were camping on a lake, and the wind coming off the lake was just like I was putting pans right next to it just to keep it shielded.
So it's kind of the same folding style.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just more exposed. The flames,
from the
burners are more exposed. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. The what's your favorite meal? What's your like go to when you're out alone? Is it like hot dogs?
No. Typically tacos. They're easy to make, and then next would be steaks.
Yep.
And I don't get fancy either. It's like sometimes when I do steaks, it's just a steak, no sides.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I cook for my wife, which my wife likes to. She likes more of the foodie aspect of it too, so she likes to have good, decent food. So other than the $1 or the single-digit steaks that I buy from Meyer, which when we're out camping is good enough, man. Just tear it apart. Other than that, like I'll cook up some potatoes and stuff, or I'll make some jambalaya. I think that's my wife's favorite is like jambalaya, spicy jambalaya, on like a cold night.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, man.
So I see that in all your Instagram posts, you say for communication, you've got Garmin tag there. What do you got that's Garmin?
I've got the Garmin InReach Mini, so that's just a satellite.
Oh,
yeah.
Yep. That's on my list.
Hopefully
How do you like
I can
that?
get rid of it soon. It's good for what it is. I'm paying $25 a month, but
Ooh.
I mean, it has helped me in several situations. Like when I broke down, I was able to reach out to a guy who brought me a spindle.
Yeah.
Just using that. I mean,
that's a saver right
there's no
there.
calling or anything. You just send a text, and it takes forever to
Yep.
send a text and receive them. But other than that, no, I'm hoping I can get rid of it soon with the new what Apple's coming out with.
Not just
Hopefully.
Apple. Now T-Mobile users are going to be able to beam from Starlink.
Oh, yeah?
Interesting.
I haven't heard of that. Yeah.
So if you got T-Mobile, they're doing betas right now, and you'll be able to get cell phone service from Starlink anywhere in the world.
That might be an
Oh, wow.
interesting switch. I'd be interested in that. I think I'm running AT&T, and I've thought about doing like the Starlink, touring or whatever, overland, off road, and then running that. But yeah, the subscription is like $60-$80 a month, something like that for the smallest amount. And then it's like $120 or something like that for unlimited. So it's definitely an investment. And I don't think I'm going to go too crazy into it until I'm traveling more, because we're not made of money here.
Yeah, that's my biggest issue now is I can't get out of Arkansas. It's
Oh,
a
yeah?
struggle. Yeah.
I think it's just the job for me. Like, I just started a new job, and it's like, man, whenever I'm going to be able to get out, it's going to be every other weekend. Alex is even more stressed as far as schedule goes. It's not really good for him either.
Yeah, that whole farming thing, man. I never get a day off.
No. So yeah, I mean, it kind of sucks for that.
Yeah, I'm working 2 fab shops, and they always guilt trip me into staying and doing everybody else's job, it seems like.
Yeah. Yeah, then the views out there, though, are gorgeous at Colorado, Arkansas. Michigan is really cool. I mean, I like the views of Michigan, but I think until you get to the UP, you don't see anything really different. Like for the Upper Peninsula,
Yeah.
a lot of the lower peninsula is the same. You get to the Upper Peninsula, you start seeing some rock cliff faces and stuff, and it's a little better.
Are you dissing on our just straight pine forest? That's all we have is pine woods and sand and clay and more pine trees.
For someone who's lived in it their whole life, then yeah, pretty much. Like I said, I'm not used to seeing rocks like that. I sounded real dumb when we went our Labor Day trip last year, because we're seeing cliff faces. I'm like, look, cliff face! Oh, look, I see rocks. Like I was like, man, look at all these cool rocks. That one's like the size of my truck, and that means nothing compared to like other states, but to me, it's like cool seeing granite out the side of the fucking hill, man. I just can't wait to get out of the state.
Yeah.
I think I got the plan, man. I talked to Sienna. We're just gonna rent a house in Marquette. We're gonna work there, save up a couple $1,000, and then we're just gonna move west. Then we'll pit stop in Wisconsin or Minnesota, or however far we could get to our next rental, and we'll we'll sit that for a little couple years or maybe a year, however long it takes, and then we're going to go west. And we'll stop where we find the most beautiful spot to actually set roots, and that's the plan. It's not going to go very well, but that's the plan. Because I told her, I'm like, dude, I want to travel, and my son's 1. Like, I'm ready to go. And she's like, I kind of want a house some point. And I'm like, yeah. It's like, but then we have to pay $1,800 a month for the house. I said, and then we can't travel. So I was like, pick one or the other, because we don't make enough money to do both.
So your roof rack there, you built the swings on that, right? To make them swing up, the gull wing?
On the bed rack?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so one side of it's got access gates because I was trying to not copy. I should be careful with my word choice. Extrusion.
You
Oh,
were
yeah.
inspired.
Yes,
Inspired.
there we go. Inspired. Which actually, I've had that going for a couple months now, and my support bracket finally broke. So in my last video, you see me welding it back together.
Well, hey, what lights are you running in the front? You have like 3. Are they floods?
So I run everything Baja.
Oh, Baja Designs.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Ooh, it's fancy.
So when I was building this truck, my thought process was build it before I get married
Yeah.
and before I move out of my parents' house. So that's kind of how it came together.
Honestly, that's the best way, though. It really is.
You just got married recently, didn't you? Or recently?
This past April. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
So it's the start of the end, man. It's just downhill.
This truck's got some stories. I don't know if y'all knew this started as 2-wheel drive.
I did
really?
know
I did not. I didn't. Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's on my Instagram. There's a before picture of what it used to look like factory. It's just a silver SR5 2-wheel drive V6 truck. And then I hydrolocked it, used insurance money to put a V8 in it. And then this past January, put 4-wheel drive in it. And then last month, put a manual transfer case in it.
Yeah, that transfer case came out of the same truck my mirror came off of.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when the truck stopped, I almost thought it was the transfer case. But I don't think so. The front diff, I've got it out, and I can't even spin the thing right now.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You have you looked at doing a twin stick on that transfer case?
I've not. I've got a buddy, you probably know him, Chris Carroll, Fast Track Overland. He's got it in his truck. And yeah, he's been trying to get me to do it. I just don't see the benefit really. Other than having the ability to too low.
More sticks to play with, man. You gotta like the sticks.
Not all of us are going after shafts like you, man.
It could be even better if you had a manual, because then you got 3 Wigga sticks, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I enjoy my automatic. I don't know that I would have enough attention span for a manual while wheeling and overlanding, dude.
You completely forget about it.
So
I got one hand on my video camera, the other hand's talking to you, the other hand's steering, and I'm out of hands.
Yeah, there's a guy, his name Dalton, who's been going with me recently in the Teal XJ.
Oh yeah.
He's a manual, or it's a manual as well, and he hates it.
Yeah.
And of course he's new to all this too, so he's still learning. But right now he's just like, man, I really wish I had an automatic.
Stalling out, going up.
Yeah, he just got to learn how to do it. I drove a manual TJ rock climbing for a long time, and then I had a manual J4000 that I overland with, and I would rather have the manual.
I think you're one of the very few that are like that anymore. I think a lot of the people nowadays are just like, Yeah, no, I
That's because
Even-
everyone else is wrong.
A lot of
Right,
it's
yeah.
computerized crap now.
yeah, I'm not
Like-
okay
Like they
with
switch
that,
it to crawl mode. Well, what's the fun in that?
Yeah, and then
half
they
the
can't
time,
even
crawl
go up
mode
the
doesn't
hill.
even do anything. Yeah,
Alan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alan's Trailhawk.
I think anything pre-driving modes like that is the way to go.
Yeah.
It's- I haven't really had any luck with any of the times that I've tried to use any of them.
Yeah,
I think. Well, I
always
do like. I mean, Toyota's A-Track has always been really popular, though. Never
Yeah, I
really
wouldn't
done
know.
anything with it. Yeah, I've never really
Jacob
done with
wouldn't
it.
know.
Even. Yeah,
I think I've only had to actually engage once so far. That was the hill climb up in Everett.
Can yours even engage with the knock sensor? I don't think it can.
Probably not anymore. I know it used to, like, that whole code disappeared for a while when we first started. But now it's just permanently there, so I don't think it even engages anymore.
yeah. Jacob, you got to come up here, man. We were doing a poker run. That'd be perfect for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's a wheeling event. You start out at one end, and you hit the coordinates that are marked on that certain trail. So they throw coordinates out. It's a timed event, and you have to drive to those coordinates. You get out, you grab one of the cards from the deck, and then you go to your next point. And we got to do, I think it's 5 of them timed.
Yeah.
And then whoever's got the best hand at the end, they win a bunch of prizes and stuff. So
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
yeah, it's pretty cool, man. We're gonna go as a group, and hopefully each one of us get a better better chance of winning. I think my wife is playing Navigator, dude. I have her all set up. iPad's
you're
got
lost.
Onyx. iPad's got Onyx. It's all downloaded. She's gonna have that on there.
What's the trail difficulty like?
No, 0.
For
No.
you, green as green can be.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean Michigan trails are easy.
It
I mean,
the spot we're going, there's some stuff that I'd put more in like a moderate level.
yeah.
There's some stuff that would probably be harder for you just based on size,
Yeah.
but there's
the one
not.
tampering area.
Yeah, yep. But there's really not like, no, it's all easy stuff.
Yeah, it's just Michigan in general.
You might get stuck in a mud hole.
Yeah, yeah. In Michigan, that's that's where you start getting hard. Is where you get into a mud hole on the trail.
Yeah.
But otherwise, as far as obstacles go, unless you go up to like Drummond, where you have like
No,
rock shelves and stuff like that, it doesn't get any more.
no,
Crazy.
Drummond is like a green trail anywhere else.
Yeah, Arkansas.
Well, I'm talking
I ain't got to
Michigan.
worry about mud holes here, really. I mean, if
Yeah.
there is one, I haven't been stuck in one. I'll say that. But they're mostly rock bottom. Where I hang up is like this past weekend. Of course, not having 4-wheel drive, it was a really muddy, slick uphill battle that I could not do. And then backing down, I almost ran into my buddy. That was pretty nerve-wracking when the truck starts going sideways
Yeah.
and you're on your brakes and the truck's not stopping, and what do you do?
Yeah, I think our MST group, they went to, I think it was Tin Cup, and their issue was ice.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it had just snowed, and everyone with mud trains was just sliding down the hills.
Yep. Well, that's the difference in Michigan. It is a little different because of that. Like if you go wheeling in the winter, so the green trails, some of the moderate trails that are maybe I would say moderate in the summer are a little harder in the winter.
Yeah,
So that is the fun part. It's you have the seasonal aspect of it. You hit the same trail, it's a whole different trail, different times of the year. So spring when it's all wet and sloppy, it's way different than late summer versus winter. Late summer is probably the easiest because it's real dry. So that's when I hit everything. That way I could say I did it.
Yeah, right now
I don't
it's
know why.
wet season for us.
Yeah, like I don't know why you guys were struggling, man. Hit it in my almost stock FJ. What are you talking about?
So what's your favorite mod you've done to the Tundra?
Oh shoot. Probably The full wheel drive for sure. If you call that a mod. I mean,
Yeah.
I think 2-wheel drive.
Right.
Just getting caught up with everyone else.
And then I have really enjoyed the 529 gears.
Yeah, makes sense.
I've got my power back. I feel
Yeah,
like
right,
no
right.
especially on 35s, which I'm debating going back down a size.
Yeah, back down to 33s.
Maybe in between. I don't know. I'm also thinking pizza cutter tires.
Pizza cutter
Yeah.
tires. They
Yeah,
are the way.
That's when I go, because I plan on going 37s, and when I go 37s, I'm going to do as skinny as I can.
Yeah. Right now my issue I've got is two issues. I'm rubbing on the frame at full lock.
Yep.
And I'm fine everywhere else. And when I flex a certain way on a trail, I'll rub the fender, but it's nothing that I'm worried about.
Right.
And then the other one is I'm just so paranoid about my front end suspension and the strain that's on that. I just, kind of
Are
want to
you,
go back
did you gusset your knuckles at all?
down. One of them is. Like
Okay.
the other spindle that has a gusset is the one where the bolts stripped out.
That's funny you
Gotcha.
say that. Alex,
Right.
what's the pros and cons of only doing one?
Then you break the other one like immediately.
Yeah, I've actually thought about ordering it right now, ordering the gussets for them. I mean, I could make them,
Yeah.
but I'm lazy.
And they're cheap.
And just
Our
welding
gussets
them
are
on
what, like
while
50
while it's
bucks?
apart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Alex fixed his one and was like, "Oh yeah, so great," and then immediately when we went out,
Yeah.
shit.
I was like, we'll do this side this weekend and that side next weekend. And then I
Didn't
broke
even
the other
last.
side in
Yep.
between.
Sucked.
Yeah, Benji was with me on one of those spindle failures. That was horrible.
So I'll see if I can find the link, but there's someone working on a way to fix our lower ball joints so we don't have to worry about them bolts ripping out.
I've seen something from somebody. Oh, I can visualize it, but I can't figure out the name.
That's what I'm doing right now. Oh, man. But yeah, so
I know they
there's
were
someone
really
working on it.
expensive.
Oh shit.
I didn't see a price, so
Like-
that might be true.
What I saw was $1,700 for a set.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, I just
No.
Total Chaos is making them.
Yes.
I was gonna say, I
Yep.
think Total Chaos does a lot of fast.
What's the
work.
price
like-
tag? Do you see one?
$1,000.
Woo.
Ouch.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's high up there. With shipping too. Is that with or without shipping?
I'm not sure.
Wow. Oh hey,
just
what
know-
are you running for comms? You running Midland?
Yes, so I run the Midland 40 watt, and then I just got the new GXT 67, I think. That was an impulsive buy, but yeah, those are the two radios I use.
Holy crap, not even an MXT. You've got the screen and everything.
Fancy, man, fancy.
And
That's
then with the
cool,
bull
man.
bar antenna.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of
Yeah.
looking at. That made me think about that. Which then brings me into what winch are you running right now?
I run Badlands Apex 12,000
okay.
pound.
Yeah,
Which
that's a favorite.
no complaints. I mean, I've used it submerged. I got video proof somewhere on the channel.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, it hasn't failed me yet. Knock on wood.
Yeah, man.
The bumper
Yeah, I'll knock on wood
is
for you
custom
there.
too.
Yeah. Yeah, is that you? Did you do that? Is that like
So-
a coastal bumper or what?
It is a backwoods Adventure Mods front bumper off of a 3rd gen Tacoma. And I welded the hoops on, bent and welded the hoops on it. And then I had to come up with a custom winch tray for it to mount to, and also shaved off about, it was like 3 or 4, maybe 5 inches off my frame. off the front end of the frame just so I could get it tucked up closer to the truck.
Yep.
But
Oh, that looks
I
great.
really love how it looks because nobody else has it.
No, that
Right.
looks great. I'm sitting there looking at the before and after, but before you did the hoops on it, and even the hoops like bring it out to a whole different level. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then
No,
I
it was
see your
pretty
truck
cool.
pulling the ka-chow. You'll,
It was pretty cool pulling up to Benji's shop and seeing your truck with the tent up and everything.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
We were still asleep.
Yeah, you were.
Yes, you were.
Like, what's that noise out there? Yeah.
Oh, it's just a
Very-
shitty little third gen.
Very shitty third gen, very loud.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
Chris
surprised
was.
that thing made it, man.
I'm not.
Well,
Not-
I'm looking at it from the fact that every time I've been out with it, something happens. But I
Well,
know
that's
it's
'cause I'm
not.
being mean to it.
Yeah, but it's not that mean.
I
See,
don't
my
know.
problem with modding my truck is I want it to work like factory too. So
Yeah.
I want to be able to cruise on the interstate at whatever speed I want, which I've been able to do.
Oh, absolutely.
My happy spot's about 85 miles an hour.
Mine
and
too.
then-
Oh,
Yeah,
65.
Same.
I couldn't do it. Couldn't do
Yeah.
65.
yeah, mine's about
I-
the same.
I have
I want
got
my
to
get up
do
and go.
yours.
I don't have any get up and go. I get started like a freight train, but when I do go, like I get up there 85, 95.
Yeah.
I mean, I drive a third gen, so we have no get up and go from the gig to come with or to start with.
Yeah.
And then I've got bigger tires than stock and stock gearing, and 430s just don't really do it a whole lot of justice.
No.
Well, I came from
And-
3.9.
Oh my god, that hurts.
Yeah. I went from 3.9 to 529. That's a big jump.
It's a big jump.
I go
What,
big or go home, they say, I guess.
Yeah. What are you using for a fridge? You said you run a Dometic still?
I still run a Dometic. I've got a set power in the garage, but it's so big.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, my Dometic I've had it for 3 years. It's about 5 years old, and I run it full time in the truck.
Oh yeah. Yep. I got one of those. God, I can't even think about it right now. EcoFlow fridges, and it's been pretty good. No real complaints of it. I guess at first I expected it to last a lot longer, but I guess in 90-degree weather and then being inside of the car on top of that, it's going to drain the fridge pretty quick, the battery in it. So
Yeah, well, that's what I've got the solar set up for.
Right.
Yeah.
I am looking to do that. I have a company, I think it's called Lenson,
Yep.
that has a solar setup that goes on the hood. And since that's unutilized space, that'll probably be what I use it for.
So your solar panel, is that a Harbor Freight one, or did you buy it?
No, that is a
What is that?
Renogy 100 watt mounted on the rooftop tent. I run all Renogy except for
Gotcha.
the battery. So the Renogy charger and the panel, monitors, all that. But the battery is just a cheap lithium battery off Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Or not
I've-
Amazon, eBay.
I've got a Renogy sticker and holes from a Renogy charger, if that counts.
It works great. I mean, I just installed the same exact thing in the XJ that my buddy
Mhm.
drives. So
How's
it's a
that
clean,
little XJ
clean,
is
easy
sick.
setup.
Is the 100 watt do everything you need it to right now? Does it keep the fridge charged and everything? Or would you think maybe going up soon?
I think for what it is, it's great. I mean, I haven't thought about upgrading anything. Haven't really
Yeah.
needed to, because while I'm driving too, it gets charged.
Sure.
Like right
Yeah,
now, with the truck sitting, it's probably charging the truck battery at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, Gavin,
Yeah.
what you got to remember is that 100 watt there is more like a 40 watt here.
Right. Yeah, we don't ever see sun, so
Yeah.
so I was thinking maybe like 150 watt or something, but I think the Lenson is 100 or 150 watt, but honestly, it'd be better than nothing just to have something like that
Yeah.
to help keep things charged.
You know, it's nice too. It's like this past weekend with my alternator going out. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but
No.
Nope.
yeah, freaking. So I was on the trail, and so I run the Switch Pros 2 in the truck that's powering all my lights.
Mhm.
Well, there's a safety thing built into it to where when the battery that the lights are wired to reaches a certain voltage, it shuts off. So I had just finished a low water bridge crossing, and battery light came on. I didn't notice the battery light came on, but in my camera,
Right.
I saw it come on after that, and then all of my lights shut off. I'm like, oh no, what happened? Yeah, made it to camp on 8 volts,
Wow.
and then had to jump my truck off of my accessory battery because I've got a relay installed, so I'm able to join the two, and I can jump it about 2 to 3 times before I can't. But
Wow.
limped it to an O'Reilly's near the closest town to us. Swapped the alternator in a parking lot in the piss pouring rain.
The first time I did my alternator, it was in a hospital parking lot in the middle of the winter, and
Ooh.
I had that lower bolt that was seized would not come out, and I spent probably 3 hours trying to get that out with the tools I had in the truck at the time.
I
And,
think we got
on-
lucky on the alternator or the store having one because I opted for the bigger alternator. It's got puts out 110 amps, I think.
Is that like an 07 Tacoma one or something like that, or an 08 Tacoma Tundra?
I have no idea.
Because
But
I ended up getting a bigger one too.
Yeah, they had one in stock, and it was the one that I was able to warranty return. So I got really lucky.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, mine, I did it, and I was like, sweet, everything's cool. You know, it only took me like 8 hours combined between running and finding an alternator. And then we went to go get pizza afterwards because I'm like, I'm not cooking anything. And in the 5 minutes it took for me to get to the hospital parking lot to the pizza place, my alternator fried again.
Oh my God.
It was a reman. And so I parked it, and we threw a brand new battery in it because I had bought one thing and that was the issue anyway. And I kind of limped it to the store, to my wife's AutoZone store that she manages. And we got I think it was an 07 or 08 Tacoma alternator because they put out more amperage than my FJ ones do. And we swapped that out the next day, and it's been fine since. But man, I'm going to be going to like Rock Auto or something and just buying cheap alternators to just throw in the truck because I'm done with that.
Yeah. I like the warranty return, of course. That's where O'Reilly's gets you on the price, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that is
$300
perks.
alternator I got for free in a way.
Yeah.
I remember
I think I'm
gonna
gonna
last
put-
year, Alex, with your alternator at St. John's.
Yeah. I should have replaced that. That middle of winter, we were on our way home, and all of a sudden my handheld or my GMRS radio kept shutting off. And I was getting really mad, and then all of a sudden the truck just died. Nope. So we were what, like 2 hours from home or something like that?
Yep.
And then we were an hour from the nearest alternator. So we had to abandon the truck on the side of the road, drive all the way to Lansing to get an alternator, and then drive back and put it in like, I think it was like 3 or 4 degrees out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, it was terrible.
Crazy.
And then we had to get another part because my brother decided to over torque something.
Yeah,
That is a common thing.
the
Over
alternator
or under.
the alternator mounting bracket snapped, and they don't sell those, or not the bracket, but the little screw adjuster thing.
Yep.
They don't sell those, so we found one, or I was just looking at parts that might work, and I found a Camry one that was similar. And the guy, it was almost hard to get them to sell it to us because we weren't buying it for a Camry. But,
yeah.
But it worked. It worked great.
Yeah, I think I had the same thing happen where my my bolt bent the adjuster on my Subaru Baja.
Yeah.
And Subarus, that 06 I had, just about every other Subaru is the same thing on the inside under the hood. So I went to the junkyard and robbed like 2 of them, grabbed a bunch of other engine parts that, I knew that I would need eventually. Stole some wood grain trim from an LL Bean edition. I got back and I had a brand new Subaru on the inside, dude. I was rocking.
Yeah, I think here in the next few weeks, I'm going to rip my alternator out and replace it with a Cadillac alternator. So we used my winch on Saturday to pull an Xterra out of a mud hole. And with my lights on, when I turned the alternator on, my LEDs would shut off. So I'm pretty sure that I'm going to need to do some work with that.
Are you sure your alternators? I was going to say, are you sure your alternator's just not going out?
It better not be. It's like brand new.
Well, you did sink it in the hole earlier this year in that mud puddle.
Times.
So I'm thinking we all know how Toyotas do in muddy water with alternators. It basically, if you get stuck in a muddy hole with an alternator as low as ours, you're going to change it that year. And if you don't, you're changing it early next year.
At least not as low as Joe's.
That's not on the bottom. But yeah, I don't know. It might be. I mean, it charges at like 13.1 volts. So I guess that's kind of low.
Yeah, that's low.
But
mine's at like 14.2, I think.
Yeah.
Well, the alternator on the 3.4 only charges at like 13.4. So.
Yeah, mine's 14 something.
Honestly, that little voltmeter that I got for like $8 off Amazon, those 2 wires, dude, that was awesome. I'm so glad I bought that. That was so cheap, but I don't have any other way to really check it. I can look at the dash, but it doesn't tell me nothing really.
Your Tundra started with a 3.4 then?
Yep. Yeah.
I knowing how it feels in a 4Runner, I couldn't imagine it in a Tundra, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. So
I mean, at least
I had just gotten it when I had to like it though, so I don't remember the power it has.
Or didn't have.
Although I am driving my dad's Tacoma, which has the same motor in it. So it's
first gen?
But it's so tiny. Yeah, 2004. It's so tiny it feels like you're able to get up and go in it though.
Yeah. I always joke because I came from a Power Stroke, OBS Power Stroke. So I went from not being able to even get close to touching the other side of the car to being able to grab the other handle without bending over. It's quite a bit smaller.
Yeah. The size of my truck compared to the newer Tacomas now, it's like what? So I definitely get why people call it a Tacoma.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
even the auto shop calls it a Tacoma, and it's just accidents.
Yep.
Yeah, last year when we first started the MST group, we mistaken our buddy's Tundra for a Tacoma the first time we saw it.
Was it which one?
Joe Gambers.
Yeah, I thought it was too. I was like, damn, that Tacoma sounds like it's got a V8, and like I think Derek looked at me like I was a dumbass. He was like, Tundra, and I'm like, sure. Like,
yeah, it doesn't help. I took all the badging off too.
Yeah.
With Joe's, I looked at Mark. I'm like, since when did the Tacomas have suicide doors?
Yeah,
and then it clicked. It clicked. It's a Tundra.
I hate that feature.
Oh yeah, dude. On the FJ, it
sucks. I don't like it.
Sucks so bad. Good luck if you want to put anything in your vehicle.
Well, not only that, it's when you're on the trail, the cab's flexing a lot, and it's squeaking right there at that joint.
Oh, you get that? I haven't really gotten that much, but maybe that's because I'm not as long. But
I must say, I think the newer Tacomas and FJs probably, for how bulky the doors are compared to the old doors, it probably doesn't creak as bad.
Oh, God, I hate
terrible. I wanted a 4-door FJ.
What if you just weld the rear suicide shut?
Me? No. I need access to that space.
But I mean, wouldn't that fix the flexing? Because does it mount kind of like a GM door where there's no pillar in the middle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's how mine is too. I think. You know what I've done a couple times is I'll swing open the suicide door, and I'll choke my wife out because I forget sometimes that because the seatbelt is actually mounted to the suicide door.
Is
So
it
I'll
really?
so I'll open the passenger door and then open the suicide door, and she's like, like as I'm
Wow.
trying to get like the saw out of the back seat or something, and she's like, God damn it, like
Really?
whoops, sorry,
I didn't know.
yeah.
They
Yeah.
got that separated on the Tundra.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah, this probably should, as it should be. Yeah, that was a major design flaw.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. I always had extended cabs without access to the back, so to me, I would probably just weld the door shut to fix the flex.
yeah. I mean, the
Yeah,
biggest.
no, there's a ton of room back there. There's more room than most people think.
Yeah.
Back there, it'd be a waste to do that.
I'm assuming
It's like
you
my
deleted
fridge
the
is back
seats, right?
Yes, so I've got
Oh.
I don't know if I have that on Instagram or not, but yeah, I've got a custom overhead shelf in the back seat, and then a platform,
Hell yeah.
which is where my power lives in my fridge and where my dog lays.
Where my dog lays.
Your dog is
trying
so
to-
cute, man.
I can't wait till my son gets booster seat age so I can kick him out and delete my seat. Oh,
We almost need to come down just so I can see your dog again.
so I think
I thought she was in here for a second, but she usually lays right there on the couch.
Both of mine abandoned me. I don't know where they went. I thought Wrangler was on the seat behind me, but I guess not. Yeah, she's quite the friendly little dog, though. She always wants attention.
So I guess a question I got too, by the way, is because you're a little bit more well traveled than I am. What's your favorite destination you've traveled to yet? Favorite area?
Just throughout my years of life, or in the space.
I would say both. I mean, in this space is one thing, but I guess if we're talking about just, beauty as far as a country goes, yeah. I mean, either.
So I haven't been a whole lot of places. I mean, I probably just off of one hand, I've been to Yellowstone, the Tetons, and there's a Boy Scout ranch in New Mexico called Philmont, where I did a 14-day hiking trek.
Okay.
That was nice. And then Colorado. It's pretty much mountain-wise is where I've been.
Right. And favorite out of those?
Favorite? Oh, man. I don't know. The Tetons almost beats where I went in Colorado.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
I've seen
Colorado would be
videos.
number 2.
Where'd you go in Colorado?
Oh, gosh. Leadville, south of Leadville, in there near Independence Pass.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. We were going to go to the San Juans, but we were like, there might be a lot of people at that time of year that we went.
Yeah.
So Tyler took us on a guided tour pretty much. We started in... Hold on. Let me look.
So I went to San Juan's, but I did that in wintertime for snowboarding. So.
Oh, man. Man, I'm watching you stuck in the middle of a river right now, climbing up through it.
That was my
Throwing
tool
everything.
that time.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
We don't get any of that because the DNR is like, oh, water crossings hurts the trout.
Yeah.
Oh,
Trout
really?
swim around it.
Yeah.
Dude,
It'll
that's
just-
crazy.
It'll interfere with the salmon runs.
Well, on the upside, at least you could throw the winch line across far enough that you didn't have to swim.
So the other guy I was with in that video, he's also two-wheel drive at that time.
No,
Oh, my God.
man. Well, at least you were with a buddy. I mean,
Yeah.
combined, that's 4-wheel drive.
Yeah,
effectively.
I wouldn't have crossed it if he wasn't with me, but he
Yeah,
was
that's
like, man, I'm going to do it. I think I can make it. And, of course, I had never done that creek crossing before. I had never seen
Man.
that river before,
Mhm.
and we didn't know where the actual path was. And when it
Right.
was completely dry this past summer, I could see the boulders that I was hung up on.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, because I was wondering if you were hung up, and I figured you weren't. Your vehicle wasn't off, but
I had water inside the cab.
oh, I'm sure. Yeah, yeah. I haven't hit deep water like that yet. I've hit mud about that deep.
There's another video on the channel. It's called DJI Drone Film, First Time in Four-Wheel Drive.
Yeah.
It shows, hold on, I'm going to it. I can tell you a minute mark. If I know how to access my YouTube channel.
I just posted the first YouTube video that I've posted in probably 10 years, and wow, is it different.
Uploading. Yeah.
So it's called First Trip in Four-Wheel Drive, a DJI Drone Film. And
Oh, yeah, I see it.
let's see. Minute 105.
As far as shooting, how do you like the DJI drones in general for just videos?
I mean, I don't have any complaints. That's all I've ever used. No, I don't have high-end ones. Like I'm running.
Yeah.
I'm running the Mavic Air 2. So it's
Oh, yeah,
nothing-
yeah.
Nothing special.
Yeah, I know. Those are
And
nice.
then I recently just bought the Action 5 Pro.
Okay.
So the last video I just posted was all filmed with that. But I primarily shoot on a Sony A7 III.
I'm
starting to get into the Sonys a little bit because
Don't
I
get
was a
an A7
Nikon.
III.
Don't?
No, because the audio jack will fail.
Oh.
And they won't recall it.
Yeah, I've
$700 to fix it.
Ooh.
Oh. I'm
So that's why I use DJI
Holy
mics.
shit, dude. That's confidently water above your hood. Not from just driving, just depth wise above your hood. That's nuts. We don't get nothing
But if
like
you
that
stay
around
to the
here.
right, it's not so bad.
we
Wow.
definitely have water that goes over your hood here.
Well, we do. We wouldn't make it. It's all silt. It's all like 4-8 foot muck just bottom.
Ugh.
Yeah, with trees and stuff in there.
So
Like,
this
if you go
past
to-
weekend, I went to that same area where that water was deep, and it was deeper. I did not cross it.
Yeah, I would not doubt that. That's crazy. I think the deepest I've done as an actual water crossing, like river crossing, is probably like 10 inches, 12 inches. Like,
Oh,
yeah, there's not
I forgot you haven't been up to Connor's Hole.
Oh,
I
Gavin.
don't know who that is.
Yeah.
It's up in Drummond.
I've never seen
I think
Connor's
it's
Hole.
the deepest.
Yeah,
There's a
it's
You go to my Instagram, Gavin. There's a video clip of me crossing the water, and you can see Alex playing in the water.
yeah, just had my hand out the window playing with the water.
What's I'm trying to remember your name.
Silver Taco 14.
Silver. Yeah. I'm following so many overlanders now. It's crazy.
I think it was back in June.
June. Man, that swing out is so nice though. The fact that you bought it with the swing out, sweet.
Yeah, I really like the DJI drones and what they can do, but I'm kind of nervous with Congress talking about banning Chinese drones.
So I got a story about that. They've kind of gone into effect already with it because anybody that's buying the newest drones cannot get into the country right now.
Right.
So like Caleb Baker Overland, he bought a new one and it's been rejected 3 times by customs.
Yep.
Oh.
And they're talking about there's a possibility that within the next 6 months, all DJI drones will not be able to fly.
Yeah. Which I've got backups.
What do you, as far as backups go, I'm sure you're probably going to get into that, but That's been a big topic.
Parts
So-
backups, he means.
I do have older DJI drones that don't have any of the geofencing and all that
Nice.
software installed, so they can't do anything, but they use GoPros. So I'd be able to
Right.
mount one of these to it. And then I also have an Autel X-Star drone, which almost looks like the Phantom 4s from DJI,
Yep.
and they have zero geofencing and all that.
How did you like the Autels? Because I had a chance to get one of those, but I had never heard of them prior, so it's kind of
The only complaint I have with it is the controller. It's kind of finicky
yeah.
where you plug your phone into it. Which I just plan on getting on eBay and getting a replacement when the time comes.
Sure.
And then their new Evo series, I say new, I haven't really heard anything new from them recently. It's what I primarily flew for a production company that I worked for.
Huh.
And it was pretty nice. It flew differently, but it was, if I had to pick, DJI would be the way to go.
Right.
Yeah, I'm interested how that's going to turn out. There's a lot of DJI users in general.
I think I'm going to build one is where I'm at.
Yeah.
I want to build my own FPV.
Yeah.
That would be
That's
cool.
where I'm at.
I thought about doing the DJI FPV for a while, just because of the price point of it was even cheaper. But
If they're
It
going
was,
to ban them, it's going to be,
yeah, pointless.
Yeah, so I think I'll probably buy a frame and then start piecing one together slowly. I don't know how I'm going to record on it yet. It might just be GoPro or something, but that's where I'm at with it. I don't want something that someone else can control because they might just shut it off on me for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's valid. I mean, at the end of the day, investing that type of money into something just for it to be outlawed or however you would want to put it in the next year or 6 months is silly at that point.
I mean, that's why we record on a weird service you've never heard of, is because I don't want it to get shut down on us.
Yeah, for sure. I never heard of it either. So,
I mean, it's hosted out of my basement, so
yeah, it's
but
it's interesting.
all right, dude, that's about an hour, so I really appreciate you coming on. It's been a pretty good chat.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
right.
it was good learning all about this. Like I said, I seen some stuff from the start, but I never really got into detail with it. So it's very cool build, man. Going from 2 to 4 and changing out your gears, and it's been cool story so far. Looking forward to seeing what you got coming up soon.
Yeah, I've got a build video in the works that'll go in detail about everything.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Nice.
perfect. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you guys later.
Later.